Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Cruitt. I am the president of the Premier Wrestling Alliance, and I have come to you today with a very important announcement. On last week's episode of Premier Wrestling Alliance, the Outlaw Tony James and his tag team partner, Lafferty, took on Rowdy Randy Forrest and Tommy Forte. At the conclusion of that match, Outlaw Tony James used his cowbell by hitting Randy over the head to secure the victory. I have had many discussions with the Outlaw Tony James in regards to his flagrant use of the cowbell, and I have come up with this decision. Effective immediately, the Outlaw Tony James is suspended from the Premier Wrestling Alliance. I hate that it had to come to this, but the Outlaw Tony James has really given me no choice, and this will remain in effect until further notice. Thank you.
Hello, wrestling fans. Aaron Hurt welcoming everyone to ringside for another edition of PWA Wrestling on YouTube. And what a way to start this one off. The blockbuster bombshell announcement from the franchise player Chris Pruitt, the president of the PWA, laying down the suspension to Outlaw Tony James for his obvious misconduct as of late. And quite frankly, it's long overdue in the minds of many to see his behavior checked, if you will. But we will, of course, keep you apprised of that story as it develops. But we also have another huge announcement to make here as we start off the program. You can see Krypton entering the ring for an opening match against Jordan Carlisle. These two men will be participants in the Double Shot Rumble that comes to you on the next edition of the program here. We'll give you some more details about that as we progress here. But that is going to be a tremendous opportunity for not one but two men with two title matches of the choice of the finalists on the line in that match. And we will see Jordan Carlisle, a man who is trying to find a way to work his way up the card. Victory against a man like Krypton, who's had the success that he has had, whether it's in singles competition or with his partner Jeremy Rodriguez. That would be the feather in his cap, so to speak. But Krypton and Rodriguez have decided that they will try to pursue some singles efforts. Oh, went for a leaping leg lariat, but very astutely plucked out of the air by Carlisle, who clamps on the Boston Crab and sits down. Krypton trying in vain to escape there, able to pick the ankle. Both men back to their feet here. Series of strikes here from Krypton. Whip across. Oh, nice hip toss. Deep spin under arm drag and a drop kick. Krypton gets the crowd on their feet here at the PWA Arena. Looked like Carlisle had thoughts of taking a powder here, but Krypton not going to let that happen. As we said, the finalists of the Double Shot Rumble can take their choice of title match, which could be the opportunity of a lifetime for either of these men. Nice vertical suplex there from Carlisle, quickly makes the cover and hooks the leg. But this scrappy little fighter, Krypton, is hard to keep down. You got to catch him first. And Carlisle is going about it the right way, clamping on that rear chin lock. Not letting Krypton use his leaping ability, his quickness, and his seeming ability to pull a move out of nowhere, but that was a rough impact on the power slam. Now with a rear chin lock. As we said, very sound strategy, trying to slow down the pace and ground the high flyer. We're seeing Carlisle develop each each match, each appearance that he makes here in Premier Wrestling Alliance. Big splash from Krypton, and a second one. Might have connected with a knee to the midsection as well. Snapmare. Full head of steam and a missile drop kick. Well done from Krypton. Somewhat disappointed that the referee did not count 3. You can see Carlisle still fighting back. Oh, gut wrench into the gory special. What a devastating hold this is. And sits down. Shock to the spine. Another attempt at a pinfall. Carlisle's keeping up the intensity and keeping up the pressure. Stomps to the hamstring. And again, back to that Boston Crab. Aside from the flurry of offense from Krypton at the start of the match, it's mostly been fought at Carlisle's pace. He drags Krypton even further away from the reprieve of the ropes. Krypton desperately fighting out. Gets a bit of separation, but not enough to avoid that boot to the ribs. But he goes to work on the body with some right hands. And a big kick. Roundhouse kick on target from Krypton. As was that flying double chop. And the spinning back elbow. Spinning back kick connects. Rolling soul butt. Oh, full head of steam. Where's he going here? Gets Carlisle over with the head scissors. Got him right where he wants him. Off the rope, swings through with a drop kick. Carlisle may be done for after that one. Krypton makes his way to the top rope. Missile drop kick from the top rope. And your winner. Heck of a way to start off the program here, fans. We're going to go to our first break right now. But make sure that you stick with us because we've got so much great action to come, and we don't want you to miss a second of it here on PWA Wrestling. PWA fans, Aaron Hurt here with you. If you like what you are seeing on YouTube, then don't miss the opportunity to see the action live and in person. The first Saturday of every month at the PWA Arena, 737 Slocum Avenue in Lancaster. Premier Wrestling Alliance is in action, plus select dates in towns near you. Check out PWAOhio.com for tickets for not just the arena events, but all events. Arena events start at $5. And that's PWAOhio.com for all of your ticket information.
Now, one of the things that's been going on here lately in the Premier Wrestling Alliance, we've had a lot of turmoil with a former tag team of ours here in the Premier Wrestling Alliance. We've had a lot of fighting between two men, L.A. Cordova and Gorgeous Morgan Taylor, formerly known as Vicious and Delicious. I have been made aware that Mr. L.A. Cordova has a grievance he would like to air. And if I can get L.A. Cordova to come out here, come to the ring, I'd like to get that aired out. L.A. Cordova, if you would come out here alone, please. Please come on out.
Quite a disdainful reaction here for L.A. Cordova once again.
If you would, stand over here,
holder
please.
of the tag team championships.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, in order to make this
have
fair,
to say to him here?
I want to give equal time to your former tag team partner, one half of Vicious and Delicious, gorgeous Morgan Taylor.
It's amazing to see the direction that this man about to make his way to the ring has
also,
taken
please
since
come out
he
here
split
alone.
From L.A. Cordova. Became the U.S. champion, which, as viewers of the past several episodes would know, was essentially the flashpoint of the disintegration in the relationship between these two. But Morgan Taylor found quite a bit of confidence on his own.
Now, gentlemen,
as if he was ever lacking it before.
I've allowed both of you this opportunity to come out here. L.A., you've asked for the time, and Morgan gets an opportunity to rebut. All I ask is that we keep this cool. I don't want any pushing, shoving, fighting. That's for another time. So, L.A. Cordova, the floor is yours.
I just want to start by saying thank you, Mr. Cruitt, for allowing me this opportunity. Now, the reason that I'm out here tonight is because I have a stain on my career that I have not been given the opportunity to wipe off. And that stain is the time that I spent with Morgan Taylor. For almost 2 years, I carried Morgan Taylor on my back single-handedly. I carried him straight to the top multiple times. And every single time that we slid down that mountain slope just a little bit, it was you to blame. I spent a long time saying nothing until I couldn't handle it anymore. I hate you. You walk around here with your head held so high. But before I found you, you had nothing. You walked around with your head held down low until you got in the class level of L.A. Cordova because I allowed you to be with me. I gave him a reason to hold his head high and say that he was a multi-time PWA Tag Team Champion. But you blew it. You blew it. The moment that I beat you down after your United States Championship match, and I walked up and I grabbed that picture of our tag team and I shattered it over your head, was the most satisfaction I have had in 2 years. Because I finally was able to break the shackles of a man who was hiding and holding onto my ankle as I drug him across the finish line every single night.
Get the hook.
I beat you at the fairgrounds fair and square. But a couple weeks ago, when you got that win on me, I can't sleep anymore because of it. I cannot live with you being allowed to walk around thinking you are superior to me. You You want to stand here and act like I didn't buy you that jacket? I bought you that jacket. You would have nothing if it was me. I am vicious and delicious, and I always have been vicious and delicious. As a matter of fact, you don't even deserve to call yourself gorgeous, because I am the most gorgeous man in the Premier Wrestling Alliance.
My goodness, haven't we heard enough from this?
As a matter of fact,
This impudent.
me and my uncle has
toad?
taken steps to trademark the phrase gorgeous. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a slim amount of time until you can hold your head high, let alone call yourself gorgeous. And all I'm asking for is an opportunity to wipe the stain of Gorgeous Morgan Taylor off of my record. I don't want any of the time that I spent with him to be acknowledged. And that's all I gotta say right now.
This is completely uncalled for. Coming out here airing all this dirty laundry. Fans have heard enough. Morgan Taylor.
Well, we're going to get to the bottom
I'm sure
of
he's
this,
heard
but
plenty.
first I think it's only fair if we give gorgeous Morgan Taylor an opportunity to respond to some of your claims here. Morgan?
LA Cordova, I heard everything you said. You called our time together a stain on your career. The only stain you should be worried about is the one on the back of your singlet. But you gotta understand, you and your uncle, you wanna trademark the word gorgeous, but I was gorgeous before I ever met you. I was gorgeous when we were vicious and delicious, and I'll be gorgeous long after your career has wrapped up in the Premier Wrestling Alliance. And as for our time in Vicious and Delicious, we accomplished a lot of great things together. And if you want to take credit for all those things in your addled mind, you're allowed to do that. But the fact of the matter is from the day that we started teaming up to when we wore those dresses to the day that you foolishly decided to make an enemy of Gorgeous Morgan Taylor and shatter that picture frame over my head, I was not only the most gorgeous man in the PWA, but I was the most gorgeous man in all professional wrestling. I am the Massachusetts metrosexual, and I am 232 pounds of twisted steel. Woo! And sex appeal. And what I know, and what each and every one of these people know, and Chris Cruitt knows, but for some reason you can't figure out, is that LA Cordova, for all your money and all your little posse running around, not only am I the most sharp-dressed man in the PWA, but I'm one of the baddest men in the PWA. And anytime you want to step to Gorgeous Morgan Taylor, well, I'll tell you what, we can make that happen, Daddy-O, and we can make it happen right now.
Well, Morgan Taylor definitely setting the record straight here.
Hey. We had an agreement, the three of us. But now listen, I think you guys are onto something. I think Vicious and Delicious going at it one time, that doesn't do it. Vicious and Delicious going at it 2 times just doesn't cut it. I think we've got to have one more match. We need to have LA Cordova, one half of the PWA Tag Team Champions, a member of the Gold Standard, taking on his former tag team partner, the former United States Champion, Gorgeous Morgan Taylor. Now, LA, I've got to say, I was a little surprised when you came out tonight looking the way you look. You know, normally you come out and you've got one of your real nice suits, not as nice as mine, but a nice suit nonetheless. And you are a sharp-dressed man. And I bet you probably even look good in a tux.
You have no idea how good LA Cordova looks in a tux.
I bet you do. You know what? But I have no doubt that Gorgeous Morgan Taylor probably has donned a tux a day or two in his life.
I've been known to don a tux when the occasion requires.
Well, how about this? Ladies and gentlemen, right here at the PWA Arena, 2 weeks from tonight, it is going to be gorgeous Morgan Taylor squaring off against L.A. Cordova in a Tuxedo match. The rules are simple. The first man to get stripped down to his bloomers, down to his tidy whities, is the loser, and we will finish and finalize this feud once and for all.
Quite the unexpected
2 weeks,
turn
2
of
weeks.
events here. Another major development on the program.
L.A. Gorgeous Morgan, I can't wait to see you guys 2 weeks from tonight.
The Tuxedo match. Apparently made official right here by the competitors and the franchise player, the president. We're going to have to take it to another break here shortly,
I only
fans.
have one thing left.
But we'll
You
react
better
to
get
this.
to the back and start working, because in 2 weeks, if
We will
you're not
react to
ready,
this
you're going to be
further
sitting
during
out
the main
here
event.
in your BVDs.
Which is coming up next. 2 title matches will be up for grabs in the 10-man double shot rumble. 2 men will start with a new competitor entering every 2 minutes. Elimination occurs when a wrestler goes over the top to the floor. The final 2 remaining, once all 10 men have entered, each earn a future title match of their choosing. They will then battle it out one fall to a finish for the all-important right of first choice. See the Gold Standard, the Bariqua Boys, Rowdy, Randy Forrest, and more in the Double Shot Rumble. Which prize will the finalists try to claim? Find out next week on PWA Wrestling. Hello, PWA fans. My name is Aaron Hurt, here to tell you all about how you can keep up with PWA online. Just search PWA Ohio on Facebook or on YouTube, or check out PWAOhio.com for all of the latest information about upcoming events, the latest videos and highlights of past events, and interviews with your favorite PWA wrestlers. So make sure that you like and follow all of those pages. That's PWAOhio.com, PWA Ohio on Facebook, and PWA Ohio on YouTube. And follow along with all of us here from Premier Wrestling Alliance, and we hope to see you at the PWA Arena very soon.
PWA, Nick Stevens here, manager of the Gold Standard. Double Shot Rumble's coming up, and not only do I have one member of the Gold Standard in, I've got all 3. Odds are in the Gold Standard's favor, and I'm thinking some more golds coming back with the Gold Standard. So, PWA, keep watching for the Gold Standard, because we're going to surprise you.
Event we are about to go with the main event here. Challenger Bjorn already in the ring. So many things to address here. As the champion Tommy Forte climbs onto the apron and through the ropes, ready to make his first title defense since capturing that championship just a short while ago. And it's arguable that they couldn't have found a tougher opponent for this initial defense than Bjorn. We have to talk about what we heard from Nick Stevens. I do have the complete list of competitors for the Double Shot Rumble, and all of the members of the Gold Standard will be in action. Jimmy Fahrenheit, the tag team champions Jeffrey John and L.A. Cordova, plus Randy the Rowdy Hillbilly and gorgeous Morgan Taylor. Morgan Taylor and L.A. Cordova going to face off in the Tuxedo match. Definitely something you won't want to miss. And it seems that Bjorn and his partner Lafferty have gone their separate ways. We saw Bjorn We saw him face off against Morgan Taylor in singles competition in our last episode, while Lafferty teamed with Tony James. Big shot from Forte, going to work on the arm of Bjorn. But the 10 names for the Double Shot Rumble are official. But we know very little about what's next for Lafferty here in the PWA. Forte showing off that balance, that agility, continuing to break down the arm of Bjorn. Doing a very effective job of grounding the big man, too. It might not be the most exciting. It's certainly a far cry from the pace that we saw in our opening match with Krypton, but it is quite obviously effective. And as long as Forte holds that heavyweight championship, this is the level of competition he's going to be facing every single night. Again, Scales to the second rope and now to the top. Coming off again. Oh, but Bjorn, even with the damage that's been done, yanks Forte off the ropes and now drives the knee into the side of the head. Hammers away with a forearm right between the shoulder blades. That certainly has not been pretty. This match will take us throughout the remainder of the program, fans. We'll stay with it as long as we have time. Oh, Forte, shoulder first into the turnbuckles. I think the crowd somewhat stunned by the intensity and the violence they're seeing take place here between these two men. We can tell you a couple of things about our next program as well, fans. We're going to see the real deal Kevin Fluitt in action defending the United States Championship as Bjorn just cranks on the neck. Look at how unnatural that is. Quite clearly the human body not meant to be bent in such configurations. Forte tries to fire back but got cut off. All 400 plus pounds of Bjorn. Diving headbutt out of the corner. Bjorn slow to make the cover. Now with the lateral press, but did not hook the leg. Could have very well cost him the heavyweight championship. Cranking on the side headlock, now goes to a rear chin lock. Just forcing all of his weight down on the back. Now squeezing the trapezius muscles. Oh my God, the head vice. Is there no limit to what this man Bjorn will try to do to somebody? Oh, with ease, scooping a slam. knee to the ribs. It's hard to say how much longer Tommy Forte can stand up to this kind of abuse. He is as tough as they come. That's what makes him the heavyweight champion. But Bjorn is just overwhelming. Dumps Forte to the outside. Going out there to continue the beating on the concrete floor here at the PWA Arena in Lancaster, Ohio, in front of another packed house. Oh, goodness, right into the ring post. That damage to the shoulder could be irreparable at this point. Not again. Referee with the count. Oh, goodness. Bjorn breaks the count. Very astute maneuver on his part. He certainly can't win the match on a count out, and it gives him that much more time to put a beating on Tommy Forte. Oh! At the last second, able to reverse the momentum. That time it was Bjorn that won, crashing into that steel ring post. Now both men back in the ring after significant time spent brawling on the outside. These two men starting to show signs of fatigue. Oh my goodness. As that, he's got the Shinnomaki on him. A hold known by many names. The $1 Million Dream, the Cobra Clutch. But it could be the thing that puts out Forte and gives Bjorn the heavyweight championship. Oh my goodness. Oh, stunner! Can he make the cover? Last-ditch effort by Forte. Come on, Tommy drapes the arm across. But Bjorn, Forte, not enough body-to-body contact. And even with the damage done to Bjorn's left shoulder, he was able to get it off the canvas in time. Forte reaching down deep here. Flying shoulder tackle. Think of the impact that had to have to level someone the size of Bjorn. But again, not enough. Even if this does turn out to be Forte's only title defense, he's acquitted himself quite well by the fight that he has put up against such intense competition. Smart strategy here, make the big man move, try to work on his wind. Might have. Oh, misses the charge, roll up.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and still the Premier Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Champion, Tommy Forte.
What a fantastic contest in our main event here tonight. Forte walking out the holder of the gold, but Bjorn did not make it easy. time to wrap things up on a very eventful episode of PWA Wrestling here, fans. We started off with the announcement of the suspension of Tony James from the franchise player Chris Pruitt, who continued to make his presence felt on this program by making the announcement of the Tuxedo match between the former Vicious and Delicious. Definitely going to have to keep our eye on that situation. Plus, the Double Shot Rumble coming up on our next episode. 10 men going to compete. Every 2 minutes, a new man will enter the ring. The last 2 men standing will face off, one fall to a finish, to see who gets the first choice of championship opportunities in the future. Both the 2 finalists will get their choice, but the all-important first choice of title match could be the heavyweight championship, the U.S. championship, or the tag titles. That goes to the winner of the Double Shot Rumble. So you got to be here to see that next week. Plus, congratulations to Tommy Forte on his successful defense of the heavyweight championship. We hope you come back with us next time, fans, to see the Double Shot Rumble. All the members of the Gold Standard in it: Morgan Taylor, Rowdy Randy, the Bariqua Boys, several other names. You got to be here to see it next time. For this edition of PWA Wrestling, fans, my name is Aaron Hurt. Thank you for joining us, and keep watching PWA. For more wrestling excitement from PWA, subscribe to this channel or click on the links for more great action.